right, Shannon Vlogs number 23 with Shannon Reads Those Books. The Maltese Falcon by Dashiel Hammett. I am very excited to share. I have now read my 10th book as a part of the Those Books exploration. I think that's going to take either challenge and adventure experience. I think I went with exploration. Anyway, so which is I started last year, and this is my 10th book. It was also a birthday present from my brother Jason. Hey Jason, if you're watching, which he doesn't usually, but just in case. And so I wanted to read it, and I did. It gets on those books list for being number 56 on the Modern Library's 100 books list. And yeah, I was actually, it's so funny when I was writing about it, or when I think about it, I have a hard time not thinking of the Millennium Falcon as opposed to the Maltese Falcon. And I actually did not pick up until reading it that Malta, I didn't make that connection. Putting that aside, one of the big things about this book is that it is noir, and it's weird. I don't think of books as noir. I think of film noir. But this was made into a film, and it was a film noir film, so that makes a lot of sense. So it does have a dark tone. Has I don't, well, that might be a bit of a spoiler, so I won't say that thing. There's a couple other sort of attributes that I associate with film noir that definitely play a part in here. But it's weird because it has a dark tone, but it feels pretty light about it. Like it's sort of like a bit of a brush off, like kind of thing. Like it doesn't take things too seriously, although things are very serious. Like there's murders and a mystery, and it's like kind of like a thriller, and you're trying to, I don't know if you could figure it out. Oh, we'll get to that. But one of the things that I absolutely loved about this book is the great descriptions. It's not huge. It's not one of those crazy, like steeped in, you know, so many descriptions it makes like the book really, really long. That's not the case. It's just very, very, quintessentially you can feel the time and the space and the energy and what people are wearing, to like hand-rolled cigarettes, to gestures and stuff like that. It really captures the space and time very well. So I really appreciated that. I really felt that time period. And also I felt one of the weirdest things about this one, and I don't know if it's about this book or the fact that I've been doing this journey for about a year, but I really understood it. I understood every single word of it. It's not, it's not terribly, it's a lot of great dialogue actually. And it's very stylistic, but but it was so understandable, and I really don't know if that's would have been the case if this was the first book that I picked up in this exploration, or if it's because of all of the other books that I have read and am currently reading. But it feels like a bit of a tipping point, and that's really exciting. Of course, that makes me want to pick up a more challenging, like a really challenging title, but I'm still reading more Darthur, which is a really big challenging book, so I don't think I have to go really challenging, but it was really, really great to read this one. I enjoyed it very much. I understood it, and one of the weirdest things about it, and it was a very quick read, a week or less, but one of the really weird things about it is that I'm not quite sure what happened in the end. And this is a problem I seem to have with most books that are mystery based. It's like I can feel it wrapping up. I can feel the energy. I can get like they're going for the climax and then the big reveal, and somehow I like miss it. Like I don't know if I'm so excited about getting to the end of the book that I just start reading faster, and it was really weird, especially with this one, because I felt like I really understood it. So I'm not quite sure what happened, but other than that, I really understood it. And that feels ridiculous to admit, but it is the truth, so I might as well admit it. So if you've read the book and you know what happens in the end, please let me know. Like, I get the sense of, like, of resolve kind of thing and why, but not the specifics. So funny. Anyhow, that being said, I would definitely recommend it. I'm really curious to read other works by this author. He did The Thin Man, and I'm really looking forward to checking that out as well. The Thin Man is not, I don't think it's on those books list, but, and I don't know, like I know it was made into either a film series or a TV show, and it follows a couple, which I think is a really cool take, and I think isn't done enough in stories, where I'm assuming it's not romantic. I'm assuming it's sort of like mystery or investigative type, like this one, because it follows I didn't even say what it was about. Like, I guess I assume people know because the film is so huge because it follows a PI whose partner uh, ends up dead, and someone comes and asks him to help. This woman comes to ask help um, solving a case, and it just sort of spirals, into sort of like a larger picture thing. So anyway, I really liked it. I love the characters in it, and it really was very evocative of a certain time and place. So I really like that. Highly stylized but very understandable. Oh, that's a win. That's a win in Shannon's book. So there we go. There is the Maltese Falcon. I have no idea what I'm going to be reading next for those books, adventure, exploration, whatever I decided to go with. But this is my 10th, so I feel like it's funny. I felt like should do some kind of sum up, some kind of experiential. This is what I've learned, especially since it's been about a year, and 10 books, and that feels like a good check-in point. But I've worked on it, and I can't figure out how to do that without talking about everything, and then that would just be really, really long. And I know what my favorite is and my least favorite is, but I don't know how interesting that is simply. So if you're interested in sort of like a check-in on those books project, I let me know because I'm willing to do it. I can't quite figure out. There's neither too much nor too little information to work with to feel like it's a check-in point. So I'm at a bit of a loss, and that doesn't usually happen with me. I love checking in on things, so I'm confused. I don't know, maybe it's something that I should do a blog post about. Maybe that would be an easier format, but even so, I also want to include every book, and not all of them fell into certain categories. So it's kind of weird there. So there you go. That was the Maltese Falcon. I'm not sure what I'm going to read next for the project, but exploration, adventure. But I will pick something. So I guess I'm reading Jungle Book. That's on the list, and that's my June book to film read, which I have to get on because it's getting quite to the end of June. I've only read sort of the first bit, so maybe that's what it'll be. Okay, thank you so much for watching.